Well, hello everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. Oh my goodness, I was going to introduce of who I am. I'm John Burgos, the host of Beyond the Ordinary. And today we have Rachel Corpus, who's an angel, an actual angel in human body, who came into physical form to learn and teach how to live fulfilled life in deep connection with Source. She was born with the ability to experience things that others could not easily see or feel. And I'm wondering how many of y'all can relate as angels in ways as well, but sometimes we just forget. And there's so much more to that. Today we're going to get into living supernaturally, channeling angels of Rachel. And we're going to be talking about how anyone, no matter where they are on their journey, can learn to receive clear, loving, angelic messages using their own clear senses. What it's like to walk through life with the angels as active co-creators, guiding everything from creativity and healing to everyday decisions and so much more. So it's going to be a beautiful call today. Um, really a call that's inviting you to open your heart to receive. We'll get into live Q&A a little bit later on the call with Rachel. And of course, we're going to get into the special offer where you'll be able to go deeper, Rachel. And we'll describe what's in that special offer a little bit later on the call. But Rachel, with that, welcome back to BTO.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
I'm really happy that you brought in this conversation about living supernaturally. Um, why don't you give us a definition of what living supernaturally means to you?
Thanks for that question because I think I know actually living supernaturally is what we're supposed to be doing. We are supposed to live supernaturally. And over time, over lifetimes, we've started to be fed the idea, and I don't think it matters who did it, how it happened, who cares? But over time, we've bought into the idea that we're supposed to play small.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm tired of that. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad at it, but I'm just tired of it. And I think a lot of people are tired to the bones about it as well. And that soul fatigue seems to come from a knowing that there's more for us. And it's a different kind of tired. It's not like end of the week tired or summer school tired. I mean, we all know what different like human tired, earth tired or fatigue feels like. This is it's a spiritual, God, I'm tired. Show us something different. And we've been yearning and longing for it. And now we're starting to be able to put words to it, and
Hmm.
not just spiritual buzzwords. Those are fun, but I mean hmm, meaningful choices that we can lean into and work with and collaborate with beings that know us. But when we choose this human form, we have this delightful amnesia, of course, because we're in this human form. But now we are starting to not have as much amnesia. We don't need it because as soon as we went back to the free will choice that we don't have to play small, subnaturally, we can be supernatural again. And that's actually supposed to be our true form because we were never supposed to be that separate from the God source.
Hmm.
Supernatural. We're coming back to that again. It's the full circle moment. So, this course or any conversation we have, forget about the course for a minute. Just breathing everything we do is meant to have that little spice to it that's supernatural. Literally everything. And I've been practicing it for a couple of years, just kind of like a, well, what can it hurt kind of thing. And it's been wonderful and
So
full of failure.
that has literally been your practice. What can it
Yeah.
hurt? Let me go there.
Yeah. I just thought, well, I'm gonna try that. You know where I got the idea was this movie with Jim Carrey where he decided, or I don't know if he I don't think he decided it, but it's like he couldn't tell a lie.
Hmm.
liar, liar, or something. And I thought, what if something like that happened to me, but what if I chose it? What if I lived authentically? I didn't lie, and I welcomed every opportunity, everything that happened to me. What if I welcomed it as an opportunity? And my dad has this saying that I don't really love, but he says, you can't polish a turd. Well,
Hmm.
he's right. But what if you decided that every opportunity had merit to it? So that's what I started to do. And I just said to God, let's just see what happens. I'm willing. Like, let's play.
Hmm.
And that's what I've been doing for a couple of years. And it hasn't been without fear or failure. I am a full angel, but that's way down deep. That's woven in. I mean, on the outside, I'm human. I'm a mom. I pay bills. I still do. I have tires on my car that can pop. I'm in the world. But yes, for the past 2 years, that's what my mission has been. My personal mission is just to integrate real world magic into my life and to see what happens. So I'm just coming up with this class just to create a class. No, this is my life's work that I want to share because it's possible. You can really do this. And when you step into this, the angels, the extraterrestrials, God answer back. Like,
Hmm.
okay, we'll do this with you.
Yeah, it's not just possible, it's wired within us. It's beyond
Yeah,
just
yes.
possible and thinking some miracle has to happen for that to be tapped into. We just have
Yes.
to uncinch the
Mm.
whatever has been like keeping it back. And I love what you said about your practice because I've been in deep practice with, and it's landing more precisely um, over the last few months. It's basically the mantra: if God's with me, nothing can be against me.
Yeah.
And if that's true, then what can I create? And then the problem with some of creation is that there's an entrainment that happens, and it goes to two different sides of a coin, of the same side of a coin, where we get stuck in stillness. It's like think small and take small steps, or no steps at all. Or think big and think that you have to take a huge step, but you can't take the huge step because it's like you're trying to eat the whole elephant.
Yeah.
And what's really coming in, it's like think big and take the small steps. It's both. And allow
Yes.
yourself to climb the mountain because the way there is miraculous. You don't get to the top of Everest by taking one big leap. It's an amazing journey that's made
Yes.
possible because of tenacity and this wiring that lives inside of us, but also because of an inspiration from benevolent beings that are inspiring us to experience more than just a flat earth, if you will.
Yes. And our wiring is unique. We are not stereo systems created in a warehouse by God. Our wiring is unique to us. So we don't have to step in and take the steps that the person did before us or after us. We can follow our own intuition and say, well, in this situation, I'm going to take that baby step. In this situation, I'm going to fully follow my faith. God, you lead. I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
In this step, I'm going to take a big leap. Our wiring is ours. We get to learn to follow it on our own path because our wiring is our own. And that entrainment that you spoke of, we're getting back to that because, well, actually, can I ask you a question, John?
Please, yes.
I hear that word entrainment a lot. Could you define it?
Entrainment for me is getting in a harmonic rhythm in a relational dynamic with something that is influencing our field. So clocks, TikTok and clocks entrain to the field. We have symphonies and orchestra that starts to entrain into a particular melody. There's a vibrational field that wherever we choose to focus, and if we direct our energy towards that, there's an entrainment that becomes possible in our communication with our guides. But there's also an entrainment that becomes possible when we start getting into fear-based, following the crowd type of mentality also. But that entrainment is real. It's a magnetism that becomes possible whenever we put our attention and focus on a particular field of consciousness.
Ooh. Okay, because sometimes when I'm waking up, there will be some music still playing from heaven, and I
Mm,
have the word in my mind, entrainment, but it's almost like they're saying disentrainment, like they're rewiring something that I
mhm.
had from my childhood that feels very religious, that isn't necessarily wrong, but it doesn't work for me. And the music they're playing is what's helping because I used to be an opera singer. It's the musical chords that are pulling that apart for me. So I wondered what that word meant.
Interesting. Yeah.
That is really cool.
So, Rachel, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
So we talked about your capacity and the clairs. You're an angel connecting with the angels and
Uh-huh.
translating and really and training the field of those people that you work with
Yeah.
based on a high vibrational frequency and awareness and choice to carry it. Um, I have a deep connection. It has been so developed and I'm so open to it in different ways. But sometimes I'll go through periods where I don't think I'm feeling or communicating with anything. And it
Yeah.
seems like again, I'm just riding different ways of being open and super receptive, being inward. That's part of my journey. So I can connect. Sometimes it's just like, it just turns off. Then there's other people, it's like, I wish I can feel something. I can't connect at all. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but it feels good to talk to you guys. So I'm going to hang out anyway. Um, where is it in our entrainment that we're shutting something down, that we're not turning on the switch to be in that feedback loop? And what can
Mm.
we do to be more open and receptive to the possible and hopeful that that exchange is possible?
We're in our human form. We're forgetting that we are the conduit for spirit. And because we are the conduit for spirit, that feeling of connection can ebb and flow.
Mm,
Because when we are here on earth, we are connected and trained with the vibrational frequency of all the earth elements, and of course, the ethereal elements as well. And some of the earth elements, of course, will be the ley lines. Our energetic field will be entrained with our coworkers, our in-laws, our neighbors that we may not even know, but our fields collide beyond our understanding. And maybe in years to come, we will understand that. But right now, not many of us do, at least in our wake time. And that can cause a feeling of great connection. Let's look at a holiday season when perhaps many people feel connected just because it's the season. Maybe it's Thanksgiving. And so it's just the feeling of family around. And so you might feel more connected to the world. Or maybe there is a great flood or a war. And so people are thinking about each other more. There's more of a connection. And then there are other times that people aren't feeling as connected. And so there are times like that that people can actually feel more disconnected spiritually to their guides
mm,
because they are more connected to their earthly experience. And they can translate that as I don't feel connected spiritually. It's actually us. We are the conduit to our own spiritual growth. There's not necessarily a block ever, unless that block could be the person telling themselves, I'm not worthy enough for this, I can't. And then that person's guides will bring in as much aid as possible to help that person work through their self-esteem, etc. But I
mm.
would say what begins to separate us from our growth or block us, it's us. It's always us because as soon as we come to earth, we start to integrate into different vibrational frequencies that are not ever They're not separate from us. They are just, if our frequency is here, the earth frequency is on the outside, and it starts to filter in and feel so cozy and like us that
Mhm.
we forget that our true frequency is the God frequency.
Mm. That
Is
makes
that a
sense. That makes
question?
sense. I had someone on the show a couple of weeks ago. Someone was asking a question from the audience, which we'll get into Q&A with y'all in a little bit. So feel free to raise your hand and we'll open up the lines. But I found it so interesting. She's like, I'm such an empath. I feel everything. How can I turn it off? I don't want
Oh,
it anymore.
hmm,
And I think a lot of people with I've certainly navigated at times, and it comes up every once in a while where you're just feeling so much that I kind of just want to dim it down. But I really
yeah,
believe that we have to get into what I call the third stage of empathy. It's like being aware that we're breathing in and taking in our own essence, and in that we're entraining the field around us, if we talk about entrainment. But it takes a lot of practice and it takes awareness and
yeah.
that feeling so much as part of the a gateway of communicating also with our guides and angelics can be something that can be extremely challenging, especially if we grew up around situations or environments that what we felt around us weren't so great and we would rather escape than be in our bodies.
I agree. I I am very introverted as an angel because I feel so much that my comfort is going into my cozy home and making a cup of tea and watching British TV. I mean, that's my heaven right there. Done. Cuddling my animals and my family. The last couple of years for me being on this quest to be totally open and authentic with God and feel everything is very much what you just described. And
Mm,
being in entrainment with all of the energy around me. And I would say that instead of allowing myself to always rush through it and go into my safe zone, I walked slowly through it. And that's what I would recommend people because there's really nothing to fear in our world. There's nothing to fear energetically. We're always safe. That's one of the sacred lies that we've been told, that we're in danger. There's nothing
mhm,
and no thing to fear. So when we feel all of that energy, you can mingle through it, see what you feel, because when we rush through it, it'll just come around again. So we'll keep feeling it until we get that experience. And it's our higher selves and our angels giving us that experience. It's never to abuse us ever. It's because it's somewhere on our blueprint that we signed up to experience this type of energy as many times as we want to, as we desire to. So we know what that feels like.
mm,
And so every time we rush through it, and I drink my tea and I'm ignoring all these energies around me, I'm absent from the opportunity to learn it. So that's what
mhm,
I did. I trusted myself and my guides and God to surround me in energy that I knew was most helpful.
mm.
And then I learned that I didn't have to clear any energy. All energy is good. I learned how to transmute it. Anything that didn't serve me, I started to turn it to gold. I turned it to light.
That's really beautiful. What I'm aware of now more than ever, it's very strongly we've been going through a very beautiful and precise refining process where we're
Wow.
really being called into more of the luminosity that we are. It's like our diamond is being polished, and when there's any blemishes, it's the sandpaper is going there because that's it's just time to polish. It's just time to really allow the opportunity to shine, to be luminous, to allow your energy to expand. Part of the process that I think is, I don't think I know, is so integral in this expansion that we're in, and it's not talked about enough, is that we have to let go of our relationship and our attachment to our fears, to the limiting beliefs. We don't realize just how invested we are in those particular timelines. And we have to let go of the codependence that has given us a narrative that which we can define our experience and provide value through.
Mm. Yeah, and sometimes those old narratives belong to our ancestors or our parents or relationships that we're in love with
Mhm.
or old identities. And we actually have the opportunity to scrape those away, and we can be less attached to how other people feel about that, because we really be a little harsh here. We really are here for us. We're
Mhm.
here for our growth,
Yeah.
and other people will be okay.
Isn't that funny that we have to be a little hush about it? Not harsh, but hush. It's like,
Yeah,
really here for me. I'm really here for me. Oh my God, it's for, and it's like,
yeah.
why is there
Why
any
do you
shame or
claim her? I
guilt
don't mean
in
to be
that?
selfish, but
Right. Why is there guilt and shame and
yeah,
fear around acknowledging the truth of that?
yeah. And I don't experience that in
Ridiculous.
the angelic realm.
I
When
know.
I go back in my meditations or my visits or in my sleep visits that are longer, there's no there's no disclaimers there. It's so happy for you. What have you been working on? How can I help you? It's this equality. It's different there, and I long for it.
Hmm.
Mm.
So, personal question.
Yeah.
How did you come to know that you're an angel?
The first time I was told, I was 4, and my family was in a car accident, and I had a near-death experience. And when I was taken out of my body, because I had severe head damage, and I was taken to the other side, and I had my little 4-year-old consciousness, and there was an adult voice as well. And it was me. It was this voice
Mm,
you hear right now, my angel consciousness. And there were other seraphim angels there as well. Seraphim angels are usually the wheel of eyes, kind of scary, but they didn't look that way then. They looked like biblical angels because I was 4. And
mm,
they said, Rachel, welcome home. This is where you're from. You are a seraphim. And they gave me a tour.
mm. Wow.
And I was kind of remembering my home at the same time as it looked familiar. And John, I think I remember this so well because I wasn't just 4, but I had my grown up consciousness as well.
Mhm.
And then at some point, they said something like, you can stay here or you could go home. And I didn't choose. I remembered my mama and how sad she'd be if I didn't go home. And then I was in my body. And since then, I've been back a few times. And so they get to tell me what is going on in the world and how I can help and things about my personal life. And yeah, that's how I know.
Wow. And then are you aware of when you've decided to help other people and how the entrainment that you bring in is of assistance for people who attend your workshops, you work on one-on-one, who interact with what you're creating, basically.
I argued with this truth for a long time because I lived in a small town and I had children and I just wanted to live a mainstream life. So I didn't really come out as a full angel for a very long time, as one might imagine. And so I
Mhm.
tried to just be a teacher, and I went to seminary and I became a minister, and I just tried to be the PTA mom. And then my gifts just kept exploding. So at one point I just said, all right, God, we're going to do this. I get it. You lead the way. And all my day jobs went away, and I just started doing this, and
Mm,
everything got really, really good. Scary, but really good and in alignment. Everything just clicked in. I kind of forgot your question, but when I did that, um, it actually was kind of like a movie. Everything was
mm,
fine. Everything was fine. And I went from like, teachers don't get paid much. I don't think that's a secret. Neither do ministers. But I went from like 35 cents in the bank to never having to worry about money again.
Hmm.
because God's got me. I mean, it was something like that. And I come from a family that talked about money a lot, which is why I bring up money, because that's one of my entrainment things that I get to unweave,
Hmm.
retrain.
Yeah, that's great. When you said
Yeah.
when you do these things or work in this way, what is the work that you do? What is the way in which you work with
Uh,
people?
well, I get to integrate with their personal angels because everyone has at least one or two guardian angels that are assigned to them when they're created. So I get to meet them. And these are the same angels that are with them in all of their lifetimes. I also get to pull in the archangels like Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and there's tons of archangels, tons and tons, like a limited amount, unlimited amount. I mean, so they'll come in and I get to pull in whatever extraterrestrials or guides that are assigned to someone from maybe their other lifetimes. So, working in the resonance of the person, their vibe, I get to pull in the information that serves them best. And we work collaboratively. So it feels like a conversation, but I'm in their energy. And so nothing personal about me comes in because we're not in that energy. That's like a different library that's way over there. We're in that person's energetic library. And it's like Google. So as long as they know what they're looking for, or they're willing to let their guides lead, we can look at anything as long as they know that the future is up to them because they're creating it with source and it's fluid and they're in control of it. Wow, we can do anything. And so that is in personal sessions or in classes. They both, I always come up with a plan for a class, but it usually ends up being whatever the students need because the angels always know who's going to be there and what needs to be said in the moment. So everything's channeled really.
Yeah, it's super fun when I had my session with you, and I'm excited for y'all who are going to participate in this special offer, but also on the live call today with Q&A. So let's go into some questions from the audience. There's already some great ones in the chat that are coming through. Karen, we've got you on video. Why don't you unmute and what's your question for Rachel today?
Erin,
Hi,
I saw your dog. I
Rachel.
love your dog. Hi. What's your dog's name?
Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm babysitting my grandpa.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Uh, so my question is, I really absolutely believe in all this stuff so very much, but I feel there's something more I have to surrender to, or maybe if there's a particular angel or guide who would like to come in and give me a little message, I'd be very appreciative.
Saint Germaine comes through for you. I don't know if you've ever worked with Saint Germaine, but he's a hoot. And he's not an angel, I don't think, but he resonates like one. Germain. Am I spelling that right, you
Mhm.
guys?
Yeah, with the purple
Germaine.
violet flame, I work with him a lot.
Okay, he says that you're friends and that there's nothing in the way. But could you I just need to listen for 1 second. He's a fast talker. He wonders if you could have fun with the practice of automatic writing.
Ah.
And could you practice with your non-dominant hand to doodle either the words from your dominant hand, the symbols? There's like light language that will come from your non-dominant hand. So symbols and don't watch as you do it.
Mm.
And you
Mm.
might even finger paint. Maybe it's not even a pen. Okay.
Okay.
And this looks like it's coming in from another dimension where you are having a parallel life right now. So you're with Saint Germain. He looks different. Maybe he's extraterrestrial or something. I just want to say I really appreciate you being open to this because some of the things that come out of my mouth, I'm like, whoa, where's this coming from? God
I
bless you, Karen.
I
Thank
love
you.
it all. Thank you so much. I became a believer last year when I talked to the elementals, and all of a sudden I had a puppy. John knows the story within a few weeks, and she's been basically blowing my heart up with love. So
Yeah.
that's all it
Oh, I
takes.
know
Get
that
into the
feeling.
river of love.
Yeah. Hey,
Blessings, Karen.
before you start the automatic writing, I would recommend, this is Rachel speaking. I would recommend you say something like, source, surround me in your miraculous golden light. Say something like that, just because your automatic writing will have more clarity. So all of this, you have got a lot of beautiful spirit around you because you communicate so well. And this will remind them to be observers and not so chit chatty around you, so that when you're channeling through your hands, the messages will come in clear. And then when you're done, you can kind of say, all right, I'm done. You can start talking to me again.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
so
Karen, thank you
welcome.
for coming on. By the way, for reference, and y'all probably already know this, Saint Germain is considered part of the Great Word Brotherhood, chosen to incarnate several times on this earth plane, known to be an alchemist, a historian, a patron of the arts. So he's one of those that really enjoy being human, and living the human life in different ways. So just as a little backstory there. Um, I have a question that came in from Sarah. And Sarah writes, I talk to my angels and listen and feel for a response, but I'm not getting one that I can discern. I spend time with them every morning. And I guess the question is, what can I do to hear or to get more clarity?
Okay. What I hear them saying is, when you sit with us, ask us to be felt on in a certain part of you, or our vibrational frequency. Ask me, there's a right side angel, excuse me, that says, ask to feel me, ask to feel my love on the right side of you. And who asked this question, John?
This was Sarah.
Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Your angel on your right side, and this answer feels like it's for all of us.
Hmm.
The angel is saying, Sarah, will disperse and come through one at a time. And then your right side angel says, call us in one at a time and say, right side angel, what do you feel like? Can I just practice with you?
Hmm.
Could you show me let me experience your warmth, your love first. What does that feel like? Let me experience that. And I'm trying to be clear with my words because they're using the words experience versus see, smell, feel, because they have their own personalities and they say that you use all of your senses really well. So they don't want to pinpoint one, because if you're looking to see them or hear them, it disqualifies all the ways they could come through for you. So start with the right side angel and just say to her, she's more female feeling, even though our angels aren't gendered, she's more female feeling. Start over there. And then say, all right, now let's stay with you. Show me a sign that's just from me to you today, or from you to me today. What's a miracle that's meant just for me?
Hmm.
What is your favorite color? Build a relationship, because our angels have their own personalities. They have their own humor. They do not have ego, so they don't get mad or frustrated with us, but they do have a personality. And when you're ready, go to the left side. Start over there. Then you might feel them, what they feel like when they're together. What does that feel like?
Hmm.
That's their advice.
That's wonderful,
I don't
Rachel.
think
Thank you
this
so
is a
much.
you thing. I think this is them needing to come up and be a little bit more bold with you. So tell them that you're ready for that.
Amazing. There you go, Sarah. And I found it so on point that you talked about experience, because when Karen shared earlier that she's a believer now, she's converted, she's like believes this stuff. I love that, Karen. Karen's experiencing it because she's had an experience. Once you have an experience, you can't really deny it. It's like it's alive in you. And so it's really to acknowledge those. It's so powerful because they start to amplify what's already possible even more. So again, love that that came up. Thank you so much, Sarah. And let's go now to Mary. Hi, Mary.
Sorry, I unmuted. Okay.
We got you, yeah.
Hi. I put a question in the chat. Should I just say it, John?
Yeah, why don't you talk it out loud? I haven't read it.
Oh, well, I'm a musician. My life changed about 22 years ago when I saw an energy mover and who told me the reason I was waking up every night was to write music, and I didn't believe her. She said she released energy stuck at my lumbar spine for 30 years. Anyway, I became a singer and a composer. I write very neoclassical, but also songs, and whatever I do, it's music that moves people. My life's a little bit of hell because I receive music at night. As I'm falling back to sleep, I receive music, and I've just always joked that this is dead people giving me music, and it's never occurred to me till now that maybe it's angels. I work very hard at this. Do you see anything that relating to music with all this for me? And if you don't, that's okay.
Oh, I love it when you pull those out.
Do too. I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael because Raphael sings to me all the time. And for Mary, Archangel Raphael, is Mary getting musical ideas? Mozart's with you a lot, Mary.
Hmm.
And he's not as dirty-minded as what people say, but he is very mischievous. And his wife is very talented too. She's writing with you as well. So you have both, actually. You have some angels with you, non-humans, and you have some humans. The angels are waking you up around a little bit later or a little bit earlier in the morning. So 3:30, 4:45. The human constituents, those artists are working later at night. They haven't been to bed yet. That's probably how you're going to know the difference, they said. And there's a little bit of a different feeling to it. When you're working with humans from the other side, your body has a kind of a sweatiness to it, like a pulse to it. I've got to get this written down fast because that's their energy. This would be good. This would be good. Write this down. Write this down. When it's the angels, there is still the excitement, but it's got more of a stretched out. We could do this anytime. Are you sure you don't need any sleep? It's more gentle. They said, the angels said, talk to us about if the people helping you, the humans helping you at night, if that's too much, because we can redirect them to your meditations during the day. But if you meditate during the day, they need you to recreate the coziness of night. So it would be soft lamp. You might maybe put some twinkle lights on or light a white candle or something. It's bring in that coziness, because what I saw when I pulled the rods up, they took me right to another lifetime where it looked like you were in one of those top apartments with the slanted roof, windows, rain was coming down. It looked like an apartment in the Paris, top small apartment in Paris. And you were actually painting, and I could hear singers. Your neighbors were singers. You might have been a singer too, but you were actually, I couldn't see what you were drawing. You could have been writing music. You probably were composing, but it was fast and furious, and there were half-eaten sandwiches everywhere. And they said, this is the lifetime for you to take better care of your body and your mind as you compose. So you were composing then. So you're getting information from both. And when you knew Mozart in that lifetime, you were neck and neck with him, but you didn't get hired because your father was not in good graces with the king. You were male, and you didn't get hired for something very special. And he got it because something his dad knew the king or something fishy there.
I'm blown away because with my first meeting with a psychic 22 years ago, Mozart was mentioned, and I don't tell people that. Mozart
Wow.
was mentioned, and
You're very good friends. He feels badly about it. He wasn't in on it.
Yeah.
And I wonder too, if you had a good friendship, not a romantic relationship, I don't think, but a good friendship with his dear wife.
Oh.
Because when she comes to sit by you, she's very excited. She's looking at what you wrote, and they're clearly helping you.
Mm-hmm.
So it might
Okay.
be nice for you to just do some meditations where you get to know Mozart again, and you remember what that friendship with Mozart and, is it
Yeah.
Marie? I can't
I don't
remember his
know.
wife's name. I can't remember. And his children, I'm sure you were there for that. That feels right. Just spend some time going on a walk with them and being playful with them, because you would have just eaten with them. And yeah, start there, because that'll be more familiar. And then the last thing I want to tell you is that your angels say there are other human artists that are ready to come in. I can see them standing kind of on by the walls, but they haven't helped yet because they're waiting for you to ask them. And some of
Oh.
them are the same genre, but they might have studied it in school or something, like Dizzy Gillespie is there.
Mm-hmm.
So some people might pop in your head, just say, okay, sure, come in. And then your angels will move them out when their time is done.
Wow.
All
Thank you
right,
so much.
Mary.
Thank you so
So
much.
wonderful.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. And also, it
Thanks.
sounds like I need to make a space to meditate in the day, because it seems like the only time any of this can come through is when I'm exhausted and lying down, and I don't make
Yeah,
time in the
that's
day.
bleeding through from another lifetime where you worked all night, slept, you were an artist,
Mm-hmm.
slept through the day,
Yeah.
drank through the day, probably worked all night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, blessings to you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Very much.
So, y'all, I want to get into the special offer because there's a 2-hour workshop with Rachel. There's another recording, and then there's a discount to work over a one-on-one as well that's offered. And the link for that's right underneath the video where you're watching a call. You can always find the link at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. Before we get into the special offer, Rachel, I think it's really important. I'd love for you to address this. It's one thing that we have guides. So most start what's coming in from Mary, and it's like, okay, interact with them, bring them into the field. Why?
Because we have the beautiful gift of free will. And we could do this whole life by ourselves. We could. Many people do. But
Mhm.
since you're on this spiritual journey, if you ask for help, you're going to get it. So your angels, your non-human helpers, they're cheerleaders for you. But as soon as you say, "Hey, come on in, participate in my life," their job description changes. They go from cheerleaders to participants. So they can start to make choices for you that are leveled up from what they were doing before. Your guides, they're human. You've known them in other lifetimes, or their ancestors, or family, or friends that have passed. You can also say, in general, to your guides, I love you. Do whatever you can for me. I invite you in. Same thing. They go from cheerleaders and observers to participants. And your guides could be animals. We know, because we're spiritual, that our animals are more than animals. They're our
Mm.
guides, right? We've never had a pet in our life. They're ours, right? They're our guides. So they count.
Wonderful. Yeah, thanks for answering that. All right, y'all, we're getting into more Q&A, but Rachel, let's go through the workshop and the special offer. It's what are people going to be diving into when they choose to take this course with you?
My hope in this course is that we get to spend a couple hours together, and we interact with the angelic realm, and they coach us, and they say, you want to work with us more? This is how you do it. We have
Mm.
2 hours of that goodness. So here's what they told me so far, and this is what I channeled. We're going to hear from them about our natural clairs, what we come equipped with. Now, some of us are going to have some clairs that are more developed than others because that's what we chose before we were born. It's like some people are better runners, right? So we get to talk about what our clairs are and talk to the angels about what we could do to enhance them. we're also going to talk about what the veil is doing right now in our evolution and how to work with that veil and actually see the veil when we're outside and inside our house and how to work with that as a tool, because the angels use it all the time. Have you ever thought about something like that? Right?
Yeah,
So we're going
yeah.
to work with the veil. That excites me because I don't totally know what they mean by that, but it'll be cool. So I've been practicing that today and tomorrow with them, and it's just fascinating. So we get to play with the veil. We are also going to collaborate with the angels for what they're calling protection. And they winked at that because they are fundamentally aligned with the idea that we never need protection, but they know it's a human thing that we get scared. So they're going to talk to us about that. So protection, healing, creativity, and spiritual insight. And then they want to talk about the concept of going from ordinary to a spiritual or supernatural living. They want to talk about what that means to them and how it's really doable, attainable, because it's just a few kind of tweaks in your life. It's not as miraculous as it seems. It's very, very doable for everybody. So they want to talk to you about that. It's basis of the workshop.
And
We
y'all,
may
that's
go
that's
2 hours.
a 2 hour workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, we may go over a little bit. So if you take the workshop, you might make a little space for that. It might take a little half an hour more. Sometimes
Well,
that
and then
happens.
you're also adding 30 minutes Q&A after the workshop.
Yeah, so a week after, if you get the package B, there is an additional half an hour Q&A that you get with that. Plus, if you get package B, if you happen to want to book a session, which is no obligation, but if you do book a session with me later, you get a discount for that. So that's the package B. Package B is the class, is the workshop, plus the Q&A. And if you want to get a session with me down the road, you get a nice $50 discount with that.
Interesting. Okay. That's amazing. And I'll need to clarify things because we're only showing a package A
Okay.
on our side. Um, so y'all, everything's in package A of how we've set this up, which I think is fantastic. So with the one package for $97, y'all, you get the 2 hour workshop, which is August 6th. You get next week the 30-minute Q&A. That is, and again, all this will be recorded. And again, in package A, you also get the discount for a personal rating that's available there. So it's a fantastic opportunity to work directly with an angel, to work with Rachel. And I hope you all take advantage of it. So again, the link for that is in the chat box. It's underneath the video where you're watching. If you're on YouTube, you can look for the link in the comments section as well. And again, always the packages are at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. So excellent. The date set for the workshop, Karen, yes, it's August 6th. If you look at the sales page, at the special offer page, it's on there. April 6th from 12 to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, which I believe is 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. But double check your time zones because I am not oh so great at those. But it's
No, I'm
listed
not
on
either.
the pages, yeah. But again,
And
y'all
there will
dive
be a
in.
replay
All right. All
replay
right, Rachel.
available.
Let's dive into some more Q&A. There's some people that we need to call on. And Debbie, I want to start with you. If you'll please unmute your microphone, and what's your question for Rachel?
Thank you for taking my call because I will be working during the workshop and won't be able to join.
Ah,
I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2012. I feel like I have tried everything. And I feel like there's just something that I'm missing that's just going to click.
hmm.
Do you have any insights?
How long have you been suffering from this?
I was diagnosed in 2012, but I think I've had it longer.
And your mother had it?
She had restless leg syndrome, but I kind of wonder if maybe that
Uh-huh.
is what he had.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have been told I carry generational trauma from her previous marriage.
Hmm. Well, the life force energy that you have is it feels like a sparkler that little kids have the 4th of
Mhm.
July. It's full of energy. It's very dance-like. It's very beautiful. So it's surprising that you would be one with fibromyalgia. It's not your natural energy. And your life force energy runs in the same track as your blood.
Mhm.
So what you're carrying in your blood or your an emotional body, it does not feel like yours. I'm not sure that I can give you a lot of information in a few seconds, but I would like you to know that your vibrational frequency, your natural stuff, Debbie, it doesn't align with fibromyalgia. That's a different story. So it's definitely not yours. And the advice that I'm hearing from your personal angels right now is if you could start thinking about how you are not your body. Your beautiful body is a coat or a costume that you designed cell by cell, pore by pore, stitch by stitch before you were born. And part of what you designed were a few cells here and there that were going to be like little cabinets that were going to bring in information from your ancestors. And some of them you kept empty. And when you were alive, they got filled up with information that belonged to people around you. Like here's one, it's kind of in your belly area that belongs to your mom. And if you
I
can
was,
figure out where you're storing that stuff, you
it's
could
funny
rub it out.
that you go to that area because I had a
Here.
friend did a Reiki session for me and she kept going back to that area.
Here, yeah. So the more you, I think you could do self massage. You are an energy worker. You are. So you could do this yourself.
I
If
am
you
a
were trained in Reiki, I imagine you would do it your own way anyway, because your angels say you're a delightful rule breaker. So do it dance like. But if you could kind of put a hand here,
Yeah.
put a hand here, and then pull it out like a ribbon.
Okay.
Or squeeze it like a jelly bean.
Okay.
And then you've got to be nicer to yourself because this data is playing like a tape player and it's your mama's voice and it's her mama's voice. But this is not you. You are inside. Your spirit is inside this costume. That's the real you. And the real you looks like those beautiful sparklers. If you could start to identify that, and then in your meditations, take the coat off, take it to the dry cleaners, put it in your washer, put it in your dishwasher. That's going to help you get toward the cleaning and resetting of your DNA because it's time for a reset.
Yes, very much
Okay.
so. I am an empath. And so even
Yeah.
like, especially all of the stuff going on right now, I keep trying not to take it on. It's not all mine.
It's not all yours. And the stuff that is yours, you can get to that stuff easier if you can get those jelly beans, those cells out that don't belong to yours. Now, I know there's probably more of a process there. You can get to it. You don't need a go between. You can get to it. If you go into just ask your angels, show me what the process is and the way that makes sense to me. That could be through watching a movie, a podcast, a meditation. Put them on it and say, I'm ready to hear it. And if you feel like you're stubborn, or sometimes I'm real thick up here, I'll say, I need to hear it at least 3 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Debbie, blessings
So-
to you. Yeah, what great
Get it.
information, and get to work. You got this.
Get to work.
you.
John said it.
Get to work. I said
We
it.
listened to John.
I was-
Well, y'all, a lot of times we have the roadmap. It's been given to us. We just need to put it into action. We show up to the shows, our guides are coming in, they tell us what to do. We're like, I don't know, someone else tell me another way because I need someone else to validate that it's possible. Or I tried that
Yeah.
for 5 minutes, but I didn't really try for the 5 hours that I was supposed to. And me too. But we're really coming to this point in where we are being called to leadership in a different way. And leadership
Yeah.
begins, can we lead ourselves? Because if we can't lead ourselves, how can we lead anybody else?
And I teach yoga also. And so I'm having a hard time, finding the joy within myself and trying to be there for my yogis. And yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the last part of that, when we start saying, okay, we have the practices now, we know things that feel aligned and are moving forward. We truly have to decide that we're going to vote ourselves to the outcome that we're wishing to receive. It's not just going to be handed to us anymore. I think we were facilitated by our guides and angels for a long time to maintain an equilibrium, but I also think that we're kind of being kicked out of the nest during this phase of our evolution. It's going, go do
Mm.
it. We're not doing it for you. We're standing on the side and we're witnessing in joy you creating. And it's get used to you creating and have fun with it. Enjoy the process and devote what it is that whatever your heart's singing to right now. Debbie, thank you so much. It's great to have you here. All right, Rachel, you were writing. What was coming up of your notes?
Okay, well, in the last week, we had birds that made a nest in the side of our house. And I was like, Spirit, what's up with that? And then also someone mentioned a book I need to read about the spirituality of birds. And then you just
Mhm.
said, kicked out of the nest. And I just said to Debbie,
Chills.
Angels, if you need me to hear something, say it 3 times.
3 times. There you go. Wow.
Thanks, John.
Love that. Love that. See,
Yeah,
we're
so
always helping
there's
each other
something
out.
I need to step up. So thanks.
You're welcome. All right, let's continue. I love it. The synchronicities just show up without even trying. And that's the thing, we don't try. We're just in the rhythm. We're in the symphony, which is so wonderful. Um, Rosemary, let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Hey, hey, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks
Mary.
excuse me. Hi. A couple of things. Um, the last, I don't know, good few years or so, especially in the morning, I felt this low level angst about everything that I do. Wake up in the morning and even if I'm cooking breakfast, it's just low lying angst. And more recently, I have to just stop and breathe and it'll dissipate a little bit and then it comes back. And I'm trying to figure out where that may be coming from and what I can do about that.
Hmm.
Where do you feel it in your body?
Usually the upper portion of my body.
Here and above?
Yes, about here and above. Yes.
Here and above. Okay. And this is right after you wake up?
Not right after, but when I get up and I, do my business and I start doing normal things you do in the morning, um, beginning to meditate or beginning to cook something. I'm in the kitchen and a lot of times I'm in the kitchen and I feel this low level angst about stuff, about life.
When's the last time you cleared your house or apartment?
Good while ago. I mean, I have some sage, but it's been a good while, a few years since I've used sage to clear it.
Okay. You've got a presence in your apartment. You've got
Hmm.
you got a little haunting in there, babe.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you are asleep, your angels are showing me that you are delightfully traveling, going to meetings. You're doing a lot when you travel and you look really peaceful. And when you're in your spirit body, sometimes I see you looking pretty human too. And I see a smile on your face. You're doing
Hmm.
everything that you want to do. Then I see you coming out of sleep And I can see you going into, I don't know what brainwave that is, but I imagine you're starting to think about chores and things for the day, and you still seem pretty pleasant. But when you say you go into the kitchen, I can see someone following you.
Hmm.
And it's an older woman,
Mm.
and she's got an ice pack on her. Like she's gotten out of, like she's had teeth pulled. And she smells like
Paint.
no, like I don't want to embarrass her. Personal stuff.
Mm.
Like she's been in bed too long. She's
Oh,
definitely from the other side. And she's white and she's got gray hair, but she's telling me it used to be red.
okay.
I don't think she died where you lived. She died. Are you in an apartment or a
Yes.
town? Okay. It's like she died, she says over here. So maybe a building over?
And I have a neighbor, I mean, next door. My next door neighbor is only eight apartments here. And my next door neighbor did have an entity in her house who would throw things on the floor, but I think that entity left. But I didn't think it came over
She
here.
wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do
Mm.
that.
Okay.
She would never be aggressive. But she loves things like cooking, and she's following you around to see what you're doing in the morning. She's right on you, and she's really bored and just sick of being in bed, and you're feeling that angst. You're feeling her angst. Like, when you're done with this, what am I going to do? This is what I look forward to every day. You've got to clear your house so she doesn't come in. You've got to create a barrier there. And the way the angels want you to do that is verbally. So you could do some sage for sure, and that might be nice. That feels more like spiritual dusting.
Mhm.
But then
Mm.
with your words, they would like you to say to them, I really value my space in the morning. I don't want my own vibe to change. And also, could you help this woman go to where she needs to be? Just hand it off to them. And I see Michael coming through. I think she talked to him a lot when she was alive, maybe close to her death, like maybe she was a little scared to leave. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions that aren't mine to make, but she's nice. She just is bored and likes you a lot. And I say she's close to you, she's like looking over your shoulder, like, did you go shopping? What's in there? That pan's too hot.
It's all damn shopping. Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
And
Rosemary, come back and listen to the replay in case you're taking down notes and anything else, and it's right
yeah,
there for you.
and let me affirm that you wouldn't feel this if you weren't intuitive. Please take this as a compliment, and you're not in any danger, but it is something to take care of. And then when all this gets taken care of, what you can do is go back and remember what it felt like to be around a haunting. So when it happens again, you know what that felt like. You say, okay, am I okay with this or not? All right, well, that's what it feels like. Angels, okay, help that person. Because it could be within your gifting to help people cross over.
Oh, yeah. I'm not thinking about that right now. The other
Right, it's for later. It's for later.
Okay.
Really.
The other aspect um, is I'm not feeling a lot. I mean, I listen to I meditate, and I listen to the angels and people who are doing the Saint Germaine and crying on things like that. And it seems as though something's blocking my heart from feeling what I want to feel. I mean, I work as an actor, and it's challenging because I can't feel the character. I can't get into it. And I don't know if it's happened when I was younger, when something blocked me, if it was went on a ship or something.
Let's see what's coming in through Rachel, Rosemary, and I'm gonna mute you and then we'll go on to another caller, but let's see what comes in for you now. Yeah. And thank you.
Say work by getting this beautiful haunting out, because she's very intrusive without wanting to be. And you are quite open in your heart. And when you were little, your angels say you observed everything. You went quiet in the corner and you watched your environment. You soaked everything in. And you're still doing that. So if there's a spirit in the room, your eyes might not see it, but your spiritual eyes do. Your vibe soaks it in. And if we get her out, then what happens is that when you're reading a script or you're on set, instead of soaking in the haunting that's following you, you now get to soak in your motive for walking across the set. Your focus goes back to where it's supposed to be. So really, even though you want to go to step 5, stay on step 1. It's okay. You have time.
Beautiful. And Rosemary, you may want to go deeper with Rachel. Hit her up on the special offer, go into the workshop, and there's a $50 coupon for a private session if you want to go in and ask more questions, because we want to honor everybody on here. So we want to go deep, but we can't go into a complete private session for y'all. So again, it's with a lot of compassion that I cut you off a little bit, because I do want to honor the other people who raised their hand as well and who want this opportunity with Rachel. And with that, let me go to a question that came in from Catherine. So Catherine writes, I'm experiencing periods of days when I'm living in the golden light that is like a dream. Pure magical events manifest like all of life is speaking me. This is often followed by very human days where grief arises, old patterns come to light. I slow down and hold myself with compassion as best I can. Can you give me any feedback why this might be happening?
Yeah, you're experiencing moving into the 5th dimensional timeline and then popping back into the 3D timeline. And this is completely normal. Allow it. Just allow it. And when you pop back into the 3D timeline, which you might not find as desirable, welcome it. Do your best to welcome it. And when you're back in the 3D timeline, my angels are so funny about this, because here in Iowa, we battle between Target and Walmart. Everybody likes Target better. So like, okay, we know you want to be at Target, but sometimes you just got to go to Walmart. So if you got to go to Walmart, just make the best of it. So if you're going to be in the 3D, find the best elements of the 3D, because when you do, you're going to find yourself in the 5D. Not even going to notice you're at Walmart. You're going to find elements of Target.
Right.
That's and what you're going to experience is the 3D will shift out. You won't, and there's going to be a time where you don't even see it anymore. But you're in the middle of the transition, and the 4D, the spirit world, is caressing you. It's helping you blend both.
It's helping you entrain.
Yes.
Yeah, it's helping you acclimate and train and bridge the gap.
Unpleasant can be. Yeah.
But how amazing to be in this human experience and that we get to experience the contrast. If we didn't know the contrast, we wouldn't know those high light, being in the light kind of ways in this human form anyway.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And our bodies adjusting, our bodies are acclimating to so many energies that are coming through between the Schumann resonance, the solar flares, our capacity to feel what's happening on the other side of the world from where we live. There's just, we're feeling and being in an environment that is allowing us to feel things that are quite extraordinary in so many different ways.
Well, your body also is gradually changing into that light body. And so it sometimes needs a breather. So it's not reverting back into the 3D. It's actually never going back. It's always moving into the convergence. It's always moving into the 5D. Actually, that's wrong. That's wrong. We're in the 5D. We're in the 5D now. We're always in the 5D. We're talking about it wrong. We're in the 5D right now. And that timeline is open. We're all sitting in the 5D. It's just that we're so used to the 3D that we keep filtering on that old experience and saying, well, this is what we know. So let's just keep seeing that. This is familiar. Let's just keep turning that channel on. But available to us all the time is the beautiful 5D experience. So whenever our vibe matches the 5D, we see that perspective. And it feels like we keep going back to the 3D. We keep reverting and we're going backwards, but we're really not. It's just like whatever vibe you're tuned into. But the 5th dimension, all the way to the other dimensions, the 12th dimension, they're already in it. It's just whatever you're tuned into, which is not a reward or a punishment. It just is what it is. It's whatever you're tuned into in that moment.
This reminds me, and I've been speaking about this recently. It's come up a couple of times, but it takes me to one of my favorite scenes in the movie, The Matrix.
Mhm.
And Neo is standing with the Oracle, and she offers him a piece of candy. He looks at her, he goes, "But you already know if I chose it or not. How's that free will?" She goes, "Well, of course I know. I wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't already know." She says, "Well, then," so he asked her, "Then how do I have choice in this if you already know what I'm going to choose?" She says, "That's just the issue. You're not really here to make the choice. You're here to remember why you made that choice." And the experience that we're going through is like that reconciliation. Why did we make that? Why did we choose that experience? It's all like a process of knowing and remembering. And for me, it carries a sweetness of nostalgia walking in our present reality also, because we're
Yes.
acknowledging and having sympathy and compassion and like this awe and wonder about the experience as we're remembering it in a different form. It's amazing.
It is amazing. When I'm in that golden glow that our friend described here just a few minutes ago, I actually feel a bit of nostalgia.
Mm.
There's a little frequency of nostalgia in there. And I don't think I picked up on that until you just said it.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it's actually really you can feel the essence of a sweetness to it. This, but no, it's sweet. Something to play with, y'all. Something to play with. All right, let's go to our next caller. Let me go now to Deborah. Deborah, welcome to the call.
Thank you, John. Oh, that little bit of information right there, that was like precious. That was like tingly, tingly. Thanks, John, for inviting me on. Listening to, I think it was Karen talking about her artistic, and who was the other one? Anyway,
Mary was the Mozart one.
Mary was the Mozart one that really got me tingling. I am a Hi, Mary, dabbler in painting, but I've been feeling like I've blocked for 5 years, and I really want desperately to start doing that again, and have felt guided and prompted. Yeah, so anything about that, and also I am doing my best to call in a spirit friend dog, and hasn't arrived yet. But so either of those or whatever. Thanks, Rachel.
Feels like those two things are related, that your next companion will be your muse. And that beautiful spirit will be cozy with you in the room, transmitting ideas
Beautiful.
to you. And so they're saying, I don't know if these need to go in any order, but it looks like the dog will find you first before the art happens. Yeah. So
Okay.
you don't have, yeah, maybe it'll be different, but
it will come, right? I can ask my guide.
Yeah, it looks that way. And then with the painting, they said play in the realm of one theme of color. So maybe it's pink, but you're exploring all the shades of pink, because when you brought in Mary, you've probably actually known Mary in another lifetime. And one thing you did in another lifetime was you were in another part of the world where it was one tone, but you worked in all these different tones before they went into the next note. instead of like A to B, there were all these like different tones. And you studied that, and you could make your voice do that. And it was almost like you and another woman were like breathing, singing to each other. Eskimos or something.
Oh,
And they said, in your art, do the same thing with color. Pick one or two colors, but find all the colors within that one color and begin to paint with it. And that'll get you started again.
yay.
And this might just be a moment where maybe you're just looking at all the paints in the art store and say, okay, I'm back. Look at the spectrum. But they said this will, they're using the word entrainment. This will open it back up because you have the spectrum. You have everything within you. And when you get too entrained with the earth world, it sews back up. We need to unzip it. We need to unstitch it and go into all those tones, all of those colors, and help you remember.
I painted oils, so oils are very easy to mix. And
Okay.
Nice.
So that works.
Very good.
Hey, Deborah, are you considering moving?
Yes, it's in my spirit. I thought we were already moving July 15th, and that's not happening. Thank you, John. Talk to me.
Well, I just hear a lot's happening as you integrate the new space, as like part of that move is part of kind of an opening. So what I hear and what I feel is that don't get so caught up in the block. Just know that you're clearing, you're like decluttering, you're establishing a new foundation, and from that, there's just a wellsprings possible for you. So it feels like you're right on time and on path, which is
John,
yeah.
That's priceless. Thank you.
Yeah, it feels good. I wanted to share that from just I kept asking if I should share it, and I kept getting a yes. There you go.
You really warmed my heart with that one. Well, both of you did. Thank you, Rachel. John, you
All
always
right.
had the icing.
Icing. I love being the icing. It's the best job ever. Thanks, Deborah.
Rachel, that's my little cue with John. He always comes in at the end,
I
right,
get
like
to be
an
the
arrow,
icing.
right on point, and it's always
I
sweet.
love it. I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Deborah.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So Jessica came in with a question. This is great, Jessica. She says, I talk to Archangel Michael all of the time, and his presence and protection makes me feel more safe. Is there any other angel I could benefit with me to call on, especially for my business success, which I'm working on so hard for, and I'm exhausted? Thank you.
Yes, Archangel Azrael comes through for you because he has worked with you before and is working with you in your parallels because he's good at quick changes. He's good at transitions, changes, and reconstructing things. Azrael, Azrael, Azrael. Not like the villain in the Smurfs, but the Archangel Azrael.
What would be a good way to start connecting with him? If is it just calling him in? What's another way to get his attention?
His preferred way is to imagine him coming in on a motorcycle, wearing leather, and he wears this helmet with the wings on the helmet.
That's awesome.
He's usually known as the angel of death. And he is good at that. He's very gentle when people are passing, but it's not the only thing he does. He's really good at alchemizing and change and just coming in and saying, all right, I'm here. Who needs rescued? All right, no big deal. Let's go. Who needs to reconstruct their house? Who needs help here? And he's just really good at the redesign. And he'll come in and like knock the cabinets down, but then he'll come in with like the most beautiful granite countertop. He's great.
Amazing.
So, yeah, if you could just spend some time and let him come in on his own so he can show you what he's really like, instead of people assuming that he's like in the black shroud with the hook. He loves that.
Nice. Awesome. Great question. I love, who else can we call on? And I have found over the last few years that more guides are coming in beyond the concept of what I believe I have known that I could name. And there's like other energies, other consciousness. I can feel a benevolence. I can feel a power and authority also, which is really strong. And it's kind of mind-blowing. And I hesitate sometimes because like, wait, hold on a second, what is this? But there's a lot that's available as the veils are getting easier to navigate in the
Yeah.
veils. Yeah. So absolutely amazing. All right, great question. And now let's go to Gail. Welcome to the call.
Hi, John. Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Gail.
Thanks for taking my call. I'm in New Zealand. It's a little bit different weather here to what you guys are experiencing. I love that image of the angel on the motorbike.
Yeah, right. Me too.
And John's story from The Matrix really gave me goosebumps.
Mm.
I have a question about, I have a lot of grief, despair, low energy swirling around me. It comes and it goes. So a couple of questions about that. Is there something that my angels can guide me with in terms of lifting that? Or is it something that's already lifting? Is this something that's clearing out of me that I don't need to do anything? Or is there something that I can do to help it go?
Are you practicing breath work?
No. I've almost got an aversion to doing breath work, just because of a past experience with a group where I was teaching breath work and there was a guru and things went bad, and
Okay.
so I have avoided it truthfully.
Okay. It's the energy is stuck in the bottom of your lungs and behind the heart. And so the advice from your angels and your guides is to do they're saying the passive aggressive exhale when you sit down. Just do it that way. If you can't do, if right now you can't do the breath work that you were teaching, okay, it is what it is. But could you give your body a chance to do the loud or the golden retriever exhale? Have you seen the dogs when they're like, oh, when they lay down? Just be loud when you're when you're sitting down, because this has to release. There's emotion, and it's emotion in there. And it's locking things up in the heart chakra, and also it's moving up into the throat. Yeah. And you've got some data in there of working with people who asked you to come and do something good, but then they said, no, never mind, we don't want you to fix it. Never mind. Then they moved the target on you. That's a theme in a lot of lifetimes. So I don't see that it's going to keep happening to you, but in order to move that theme out of you and to know your sovereignty, know your strength, they want you to just breathe it out.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a block. It looks like more like an air pocket. And if you could breathe that out, you might even start hiccuping or something. It just doesn't look, it doesn't smell foul. It doesn't look like a goober or anything. It doesn't look like a tumor, nothing. It just looks like a hard, like if you've swallowed too hard and you've got an air pocket stuck in there, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Give yourself some loud exhales. My mother did. I should
do that.
Send it to you.
Okay. I like that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Gail, if you're interested in a breathing practice, I can send you a recording of something that will take you through a holotropic breath journey, which would be amazing. Email me, john@beyondtheordinaryshow.com, and I'll send you the link to that, okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And this is guided by someone who holds the highest of frequency.
Okay.
So I think
a golden retriever.
Another angel.
My mother.
Nice. Wait, what did you say about the golden? Oh, the golden retriever.
This is a golden retriever or my Catholic mother.
That's funny. Oh my God. Blessings in New Zealand. I want to go to New Zealand again soon. It's been a while.
All right. Come
You
to
know
one
what?
of Judy's retreats.
We'll have to, yeah, for Judy's, absolutely. Anyway, Gail, thank you so much.
I'm
Thank you
seeing
very much.
Lynn and Melissa's hands are up too. Are you seeing that on your end, John?
I am, and I was going to get to them in a second. I know
Okay,
we're running
okay.
over, so give me just a while, and we're running a little bit over, which I'm okay running a little bit over today. I can't run way over. But y'all, first, the special offer is in the chat box. You can click on the special offer link in the chat box to open up so that you can participate the 2-hour workshop on August 6th, the next week. On the 13th, there's a 30-minute Q&A. It's just pure Q&A for you guys. And there's also a coupon for $50 off of a one-on-one reading with Rachel. So I highly encourage y'all to take advantage of that special offer. And y'all, I'm going to ask y'all to keep it to one, maybe like follow-up question at the most, because I do have to run today for an appointment since we're running over. But let's go ahead and start with Lynn. Lynn, welcome to the call.
Hi.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi,
Can you hear
Lynn.
me?
Yeah.
Mostly any guidance, angels, or how I can find an answer to the pain that I've had, chronic pain. It's ever really since the fall years ago, 4 years ago is when I noticed a difference in my entire body. And then I'm getting a gallbladder, some nuclear medicine test tomorrow. I'm getting all these MRIs, blah, 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 trying to, find some solution to being in pain and doubled over. So any guidance.
When you talk to me, your angels are singing and playing instruments. So that tells me that sound healing is going to be an aid to you in addition to whatever the doctors are telling you.
I love sound healing and I sing with the choir.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that, Lynn, because anything that your own body can produce as sound is going to be so effective for you. And if you can sing in your chest voice, in your lower voice, anything that you can put your hand on your chest and feel the vibration right here between your breasts, that chest voice, it's going to be so healing. It's so good. So you're an alto or a mezzo?
Tenor. I'm a tenor.
In the low or tenor. Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So if you could pinpoint what songs really stir your heart and sing those around the house, that is the medicine that you get to incorporate with whatever the doctors are telling you. Because in your blueprint, when I asked to see what some people might call their life purpose, which to me is what you chose to work on in this version of you, this life. There's a lot about integrating the traditional with the holistic. So you're actually teaching the doctors, okay, thank you for that information. Here's also what I'm going to incorporate. And let me show you the magic here. So sound, hydration, your frontal lobe is dehydrated. You need some alkaline water that will hydrate your frontal lobe a little bit better. And then fruits that are red and blue and green, strawberries, blueberries, spinach. You've lived off the land before. So, I want anything medical, you've got to double check.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what I'm getting so far. And you are on the right track with the music. Okay. And then move things through your body.
I'm trying to get out of my parental home of 65 years. My mother's been passed 3 years, and I'm still looking at a huge amount of this art. And I wanted to mention, I did in the chat box that my mother, that painting behind you could be one of my mothers, and her name is Rachel.
Oh, no
So that to me
coincidences.
was like, okay, I want to talk to this woman. I will definitely get your package. I get a lot of them. Because, always looking for any clues.
Well, then you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Be kind and gentle to yourself. And the more that you can move your your family's energy away from you and get into your own energy, the better you'll be. And you know what? You're doing it one step at a
Told
time.
that they're magnetically, they don't want me out of here, but I know it's gonna kill me. I know my health I can change it probably in 2 months once I'm out
Yeah.
from underneath.
It
Okay,
sounds
let's
like
just
you're
go
on the right
back.
path, what Rachel's
Yeah.
sharing, Lynn. Yeah.
Yep, let's just go back 5 seconds and we're just going to restate those words. It's not going to kill me. I'm doing this the best way that I can.
Yep. There you go. All right,
It's not
Lynn.
gonna kill me. I'm doing this the best way I can and
There
as
we go.
fast as I can.
That's
Period,
good alchemy.
exclamation mark. Lynn, blessings to you. All right.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Lynn.
Thank
coming
you
on.
so much. Thank you both.
You're welcome. All right, Melissa, your turn. Welcome.
Hi. So my mother recently died, and I've been really trying to feel her with me, and or I ask for angels and guides every day, and I can't feel anything. And and in my career, there's a constant delay, like things kick down the road. And I really would love any help in support.
It's the work that you do.
I'm in the film business.
Okay. Yeah. I do hear from your mom, and she says it's a little hard for her to show up when you're around a lot of people. So if you heard before when we talked about with the right side angel, spend some time, what do you feel like? Left side angel, what do you feel like? Please do the same practice with your mom, because she's getting used to what it feels like to be around you without her physical body. And she's very playful. She's playing with this idea. So call her in and simply say, Mom, I love you. I'm having trouble feeling you. Could you sit with me while I watch this show or watch today's reels or whatever that you do in your life, which is so awesome. And you just say, Mom, could you touch my hair? What does that feel like? Mom, could you walk in the door behind me? What does that feel like? Mom, could you show me a sign that's from you to me today? You got to practice with her, because this is not you. This is her. She's working on it. And then just know that when she's with you around other people, she's going to blend in because that's her job. If she were to visit you at work in her physical body, she'd also try to blend in because she wouldn't want to embarrass you. She's still your mom. Okay. Then, as far as work is going, your angels said that you're experiencing the time gap. When you manifest, when you create things on earth, and you are one that's involved in a lot of people's timelines, you work with a lot of people's free will timelines, what you create ripples into other people's timelines, and there's a time gap. What you're creating will happen, but sometimes there's a little hiccup or a burp. So you're actually seeing it like a ripple in the carpet. It's shaking out in your favor. So don't think it's not going to happen, but by the time it gets to you, it might look a little different, or it might be a month or a week later than you thought because of the time gap. Earth has a time gap. Right. This is why faith is important. In religion, we'd say prayers are always answered, but in their own timing and sometimes different than how you prayed them out. In spirituality, we call this the time gap. You're experiencing the time gap. Have faith. Ask your mom, say, Mom, help me with this time gap. Make sure that it's happening for the best of me. She can help now. She's on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Melissa, how long ago did your mom pass away?
Big 2 months ago. Hang on, 2 months, 10 days.
Well, and I have a question about that to Rachel, because sometimes it takes a while for the soul to transition and to integrate and to do that. It's not always automatic for every soul. And so my suggestion, as you want to communicate with her, the best way to do is just send love, send love, send love, and amplify her journey, because she can feel you, but she may not be in a space to communicate in the way that you're ready to receive. She's still integrating. She's still going through transitions, and depending on how she's navigating the realms, and I get that it's all benevolent.
But it is therapy.
Yeah.
We have therapy over there.
Nice.
It's not the same as therapy here. But after our life review, well, there is a curriculum made for us, actually in the Seraphim realm where I'm from. We create a curriculum with our angels that helps us heal and navigate, especially if we want to reincarnate at some point, what our next life is going to be. And I don't know that your mom's going to reincarnate. She's not really showing me that, but she is on her healing path. And so sometimes when you're talking to mom, she's like, well, hold on a minute. I'm in a meeting. Give me just a minute before she gets to you. She's giving me the mom finger. Just a minute. 1 minute.
The mom finger.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful because it's come to me, Melissa, also. I love my daughters so much. It's like there's nothing more precious to me in this world than my daughters. And they're adults, they're grown women. And I can go a month without talking to my older daughter. My younger daughter lives here on island, so I get to kind of encroach on her space every once in a while whenever I have the need. But with my daughters, it's because I'm not talking to them doesn't mean I don't love them or I don't feel their love or that the love connection doesn't exist. I know that it's here and I walk forward all the time. It's like that is unbreakable. It's so absolute in me that that connection with my daughters is so absolute. Even if they're pissed off at me for whatever reason, which thank goodness doesn't happen a lot anymore. But still, if we can stay with the awareness that we can't ever sever that love and that truth, if my daughters need to take a time out and not talk to me or they're in cocooning like I have several times in my life, then I get to honor that. But that love is still there. And it's true with our loved ones who crossed over as well. Trust that love between you and just know that if you don't hear her right now, it's just she just doesn't want to pick up the phone right now, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank both of you. Thank you.
Yeah, blessings to you, Melissa.
Thank
And
you.
Rachel, you're so generous of your time, and so you just
It's
keep
my
going,
pleasure.
going.
I just love connecting people to their angels. I do have to say that my kids, who are also grown, are waiting to watch Guardians of the Galaxy with me.
There you go.
Priorities. Go.
Go watch. I gotta take off also. Y'all go to your next appointment and I would say wherever you happen to go after this call that it's filled with love, that you receive the love that's being given to you as well. And it's with that, again, I hope y'all dive into more love with the offer of Rachel in the live workshop and the Q&A. But it's always available here on BTO. So I look forward to seeing y'all on the next call. I bow down to each and every one of you in namaste.
You're
And
amazing,
until next
everybody.
week. Bye,
You're amazing,
everybody.
John.
Bye, Rachel. You too.